Okay. All right, we are live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the live stream. I appreciate everybody for stopping in tonight. Let me check my audio real quick. Of course, it's an ad right off the jump, right? Give me 1 second here. Yeah, that's good. Okay. I always like to check the audio because it likes to try to steal the audio with the camera. But what's going on, everybody? Good to see everybody here tonight. Appreciate everybody for stopping in. Big shout out to the guys in green. They are my channel members. If you guys want to check out the membership to the channel, exclusive content to the channel, I appreciate you guys the guys in green that do join us on the channel. But anyways, yeah, so the topic for the evening is a Coyote, a Coupe, and a 387. And we're going to continue our discussion with 351 Windsor builds. Let me shut my heater off. It's loud. But it's about that time. Got a lot of work to do this winter. And of course, hang on 1 second. Let me switch it back over. You know, it's time. It's time to get cracking on the Coupe behind me. A lot of things to talk about outside of that. We got some Junkyard mod stuff that we could talk about. We got, 351. I'm always, answering questions that might pertain to the channel and or foxbody shit with friends. So, hit me up if you got something you want to talk about. Now, as you guys see in the background, we have a Coyote. Well, first off, let me say what's up. What's up, Encore? What's up, Josh? Good to see you. Dino Guy, David Hale, Rich Young. What's up, Jimmer Willie? Good to see everyone. Carlos, what's going on? Bama 5-0, Mustang Guy. What's happening, bros? It's good to see some good members here in the channel. Anyways, yeah, as you guys see behind me, it's been a very eventful week. This past week, I always like to catch you guys up with what we're doing here on the channel. We had our last no prep stick shift series here on the channel. As you notice, we do not have the Tremec box there anymore. So first and foremost, I want to make a big special shout out to my man Tyler Garlock up there in Michigan for running the no prep stick shift series, sponsored by Tremec and, ran by myself in collaboration with Neomustangs. So I want to say a big shout out to Tyler Garlock for winning the point series and Cody Hartman for making it very hard for him to win that. And pretty much right up until the last race, that's the way you would, when you're racing stick shift or just racing in general, when you're competitively, especially racing with friends that you respect, you want it to come down to, fender, door to door, all the way through the track. There's always got to be a clear winner. But, big shout out to Cody Hartman for leading this point series most of the season. He was the most consistent racer to every event. Plus, he was going rounds, and that was basically what that, and the same thing with Tyler when he would show up to our stick shift events in our point series. He was consistent. He was hard to beat, but it did happen, and yeah. So I want to make a special shout out to those two. They made it really hard, and it was really cool. We haven't beat Tyler yet this year, and we didn't have a very good record against Cody and even my buddy John Kinter either, for lack of the matter. So big shout out to John Kinter as well. I mean, these guys, the guys that I stick shift race here are fast, and then and they go A to B. So, but yeah, we just gave away a Tremec T56 Magnum that sat here in the shop since February, March. So it's been here for a while. And, I want to thank Casey Lee as well for helping me with the point series, helping me with the format earlier in the year. So it is what it is. Big shout out to Mike Kidd and Tremec Transmissions once again for letting me, put together something that I've always wanted to do. So, Let me get into some questions here real quick, and then we'll talk some more shit here. Dark side, nah, dude. I'm 9.5 deck 351. Guys, I'm always pushing junkyard shit, and that's why I put junkyard mods actually in the title. You know, we talk about getting our shit off the jack stands. We talk about getting work done on our cars. It's never easy to get started, but once you get I promise you, once you get the shit started, you put a bolt in, you know, slap some wrenches on the car, and you know, get to working on it. I promise you, things go much easier. Especially you got a little bit of music in the background. You may be hanging out with some friends or whatever, or even family for that matter. And you know, that's one thing. Like I was just talking about the stick shift guys that were in the point series. That's definitely one thing that was tough all year, and it was wonderful, is to watch everybody consistently keep their shit off the jack stand so they can stay, you know, stay tuned and stay tested to be able to, you know, come to a stick shift race and go rounds to win that T56 Magnum. So it was really awesome. It was really awesome to watch. Really awesome. So what's up, Miguel? Good to see you, bro. So I want to make another special shout out to my man Miguel Rivera, which he's Miguel Rivera 321, I think, on Instagram. He actually helped me out quite a bit this year. Him and, you know, he also helped out a number of our other stick shift friends here locally, like Dan Watts Racing and such. But takes some really good footage, takes some really good photos, and him and actually one of our channel members, Jason Roby, you know, he definitely helped me out in a crunch when I needed help with the no prep stuff, with the pouring of the traction compound and the lining up and stuff like that. So big special shout out to him. I'll look forward to maybe doing some more, you know, doing more work with him next year. You know what I'm saying? With maybe having him do a little more footage with us, you know, especially if we're going to be at the track, because we're coming out in 2024, fellas, and it's going to be a shit show. Like, it's going to be so hard to do video, because I usually try to do a lot of video and do a lot of editing on the weekend, but I plan on racing like every weekend almost. And you know, I hope that you guys here on the channel can understand that that's what I like to do. And that's what this kind of the stuff that I like to bring to the channel is just, you know, this is all just a collaboration of me doing shit to my car that I preach here on the channel, like getting your shit off the jack stands and doing work to it. And it doesn't have to be the fastest car. It never really was. You see what I mean? It's just, you know, do something, you know what I mean? So, what's up, James Mason? Appreciate you from Texas. Mustang John, I'm running a Terminator with a 331 turbo 7675, and I'm wondering what boost controller I'm looking for, something I can change the boost on the fly. Probably going to want to go with like a CO2 with a dome pressure sensor. That's kind of where we're headed. I want to be able to, you know, pop open, you know, you should be able, if you got a Holly dash, you'll be able to put multiple tunes in it. Cause I know War Admiral was talking about that one time. Cause I'm kind of Holly, you know, entry level Holly right now. So, you know, hopefully by the end of the year, we took all of 2023 to figure out suspension shit. I told you guys that's what we were going to do in April, right? I said, I'm doing all this Viking stuff. You guys see me put it here on the channel. Wasn't really popular content, but you know, a lot of my stuff is like how to, and this is what worked and this is what didn't. So I don't really fully expect to see 10,000 views or whatever on those types of videos. But, you know, I can always reiterate, like I'm doing right now. We spent the whole 2023 figuring out how to work on suspension and making a car go A to B. I'm sorry about that. I must have something plugged in. Hold on. Yeah, sorry about that, folks. So yeah, when we get into the Holly stuff, you know, I'm definitely going to be sharing a lot of that here on the channel. I did want to try that adapter on the black car with the stock harness and the Terminator X, but we'll probably just end up going ahead and switching the whole harness anyways, and just be done with it. Just switch the whole thing over. So, what's up, NJC Fox? Good to see you. I'm sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. That's loud. Yeah, there's no anti-Coyote here. That's absolutely right. So let me address the elephant in the room that's sitting behind me. we picked up, and if you watched the videos last week, we actually have more videos of the Coyote coming up. But if you watched the video this past week, I'll just bring it up here. Hold on. We were actually, and this is like a for real like situation. I had no idea that we were even, you know, it's nice to take a break from all the turbos and the engine builds. And we had this video last week, and just take a stroll through the junkyard to see what kind of treasures lie within. If you didn't get a chance to check November 1st here in Northeast Ohio. Now,
this is 10 minutes.
We were basically doing a video of a junkyard.
The car's actually in pretty good condition.
Pretty good video
for what.
So we were walking over to the 351
any
stuff.
Passenger vehicle, even
towards the end of the video.
This looks like it's all Ford here.
I had no idea.
I think it turns into Chevy at some point down there. But we're gonna go through the trucks too and take a peek real quick.
Try to look for a 351 cool stuff. You know what I mean? Like
we're gonna add something new.
So we're walking through, and we caught our V10 here. You don't see those very often. That would be cool to have that motor, right?
There you go. V10 Triton.
Like, this is legit. I don't know if you guys play video games and shit, but I played video games a lot when I was younger. So
don't see them very often, do you, boy?
Metal Gear.
V10 Triton.
Somebody catches the reference.
Get some. Somebody obviously got this one.
That must have been a V10 as well.
Had the same damn thing in it. I don't know.
But I turned.
I bet this van's got a 351.
I thought that was a 351, but it was like an 01.
Late 90s, early 2000 van.
Right here. I was like,
yeah,
what?
Pretty sure this is a Coyote motor.
So I had no idea. Like, you know, I thought it was like, at first I thought it was a modular motor, but then I looked at the year of the truck and I'm like, that is 100% a Coyote motor. So that's kind of how it happened. And, you know, I didn't realize what was like in front of me for a second. And that's basically what's on the stand back there. So I don't think, I mean, it was a 2013 F-150. So obviously it's a Gen 1 Coyote 5.0, whatever. And it was in the yard because it was in a pretty major accident. Obviously the motor was running pretty good if it got to that point, but we checked the oil. I mean, the oil was already out of the, but it looked like it was clean. It was good. Transmission looked clean. It was good. I've had about 100,000 miles on it from the last oil change that it said, but I was pretty floored at the fact that I even found that shit. And, you know, me and cousin Paul, and the way these pick and pulls work, and this is the craziest shit ever. The way the pick and pulls work is all their parts have a set value. So it could have been a Lamborghini motor and it would have been $296. So finding like LS60s, well, not that we have LSs here, but finding 5.3s and 6.0 LS junkyard motors at pick and pulls, which you don't find very often because usually people know what they are. You know, they're $296, whatever. And you get them and you got to pull them yourself. They can't help you at all. And it's crazy. And sometimes if you can get an engine in a wheelbarrow, sometimes there's $79.99 wheelbarrow days where you can pull a whole engine out legitimately. If you can fit it in the wheelbarrow and take it out the gate, it's $80. Isn't that crazy? So that's the situation you have there. That's why there's a Coyote. So when you see a Coyote in a damn junkyard for especially a pick and pull for that, you know, a V8 engine's like $300, you pick the damn thing. And it's kind of getting to the point that, you know, and I referenced it a little bit in the video too. It's kind of getting to the point with like the Mark 8s with the Terminator motor that share the Terminator block. You need to pull that motor. Explorer motors are pretty much at the point now to where you should probably be pulling the whole motor, not just the heads and intake, because to be honest with you, the damn motor's in good shape. I mean, it's a roller block that was used in 93, 94, 95 Mustangs. It's got the same pistons and rods and crank for the most part that are all F1s. It is what it is. So what's up, Handler Motorsports? Good to see you, brother. Sorry, let me catch up in chat here. What's up, Juan? Good to see you. Appreciate you stopping in from Mexico. What's up, Barbecue 5.0? I'm here for it. Stick shift shit with stick shift friends, bro. Always here. Yes, sir. I appreciate you. I'm asking for trouble. Why is that? Scramble button on CO2 for more boost. Bust that stock block. Ask how I know. KP. Any differences in the HO or non-HO engine blocks? Can you fit HO guts into a non-HO? I'm pretty sure you can, but you kind of get into the same scenario where A non-HO is not a roller block, and you kind of get in the same scenario as a 351. So if you're going to just try to do a cheap swap, you might as well just go buy a 351 roller. I'm telling y'all, you know, if you get to that scenario right there, KP, where you're literally trying to stuff, you know, mixed mass engine blocks or whatever, just go buy a 351, buy once, cry once, be done with it. On a stock bottom end 351, even with the old cast pistons, hell, with decent heads, you can make good power and it be sort of reliable for the most part up to a certain horsepower, which would be surpassed 302s. And then you could end up, you know, rebuilding it later. Like I bent a rod in the 408 years ago on a stock bottom end and reused the damn block. And we just took it apart, blew it up again, and we're going to reuse the block again. So, I mean, they're tough as nails, man. That's why I made that video. Andrew, admit that your subliminal tracks. Nah, we're good. Listen, the only reason, like, I didn't buy a Coyote to just turn into like a Coyote channel. I have nothing against Coyotes. I love Coyotes. They're a great engine. I love Godzilla motors. That's the next motor that I wanted to go to. But, you know, when you find a deal, especially one that could have potential use on the channel and have some content to the channel, you know, we're just going to set it. We're going to leave it on the engine stand. We're going to put it back in the corner with the other roller 351 Windsor that we got for a spare. And, you know, maybe one day we'll start, you know, tracking parts for it. We will start accumulating parts for it because, like you say, like Andrew Hanlon says, you know, tells me all the time, he's like, you know, it's not really all that expensive to just start putting parts on it or putting a box underneath of the stand so that way, if that time ever comes, I'm just ready to go ahead and put the Coyote together. You know what I mean? Carlos, worked on mine last year, got mine running in July, little basic 306. Hell yeah. Showing the summer, now winters here time. So time for some improvements. That's what I'm talking about. Get your shit. You know, if you're in the northern states and it's about to get winter time, you know, find those hard ass mods that you're trying to do. Put that cage in that car so you're certed and safe if you go to the track randomly. You know what I mean? Get them subframes on the car. You know, pull that interior out, clean underneath of it, clean around it, because there's a bunch of shit underneath this interior at this point. You know, I'm telling you guys, there's so many things you can do with winter mods. And I know people, you know, in the South sort of doesn't really get too cold, or it doesn't get too cold for very long. So, but there's still a time frame that there's considered a downtime. You know, this would be the time to be pulling out interiors and shit. And this would be the time to restore them. And some of the, I got a couple of videos here on the channel. I know Tip over at the Infamous Projects got some really good restoration shit with his, you know, with the windows, the quarter windows, and the interior themselves too. So I can vouch for that. You know, it's definitely a good idea for, you know, to restore your interior at this point. You know, take the time to do the projects that you don't want. You know, you want to drive your car, so you're not going to want to pull a whole interior out, right? You know, if you're trying to drive your car in like the, you know, in the summer or whatever. So that's good though. You got that shit off the stands. What's up, Zach Foxbody? I can never remember to shut off my air. Yeah, me neither. I told him if he didn't buy it, I was headed there to pull it myself. What's up, Murphy's Law? It's good to see you, brother. Appreciate you. Lamar Richardson's in the house. Appreciate you, brother. What's up from Montreal? What's up, Tony? I would have drove from Illinois for $300 Coyote. I mean, I think everybody would have at that point. What's up, Super Dave? Good to see you, brother. Super Dave is one of the Super Dave definitely helps us out a lot here on the channel, man. So a big shout to him. He's top tier member, and yeah, appreciate you, brother. I like the Junkyard videos, man. I appreciate that, Rich. Listen, there ain't. We're gonna actually go through. There's some other like junkyards that I haven't really went to before that aren't local that I was going to go look at. Cause I like making junkyard videos just because, you know, guys, that's where I started, man. I didn't have no damn money. You know, when we first started messing with my foxbody 20 years ago, I was a college student. I mean, I didn't get it 20 years ago. I had one before that. We were about 5 or 6 years old, but I didn't really start messing with the car until like 2000, right? 2001. My very first real foxbody. I had an 82 T-top, and then I had an 80 with a 289 hypo motor, whatever. But my first real foxbody was it was a 1989 LX Oxford white with the black trim. Beautiful car. I bought it from a dentist whose wife had it in college. She blew a head gasket in it. It was in immaculate shape. Got that thing for like $1,000. And, you know, that's when I started dumping money into these things. It's kind of crazy, but I'm trying to catch up here, guys. Sorry. Ship it to me for $700. No. Troy Prescott, a J1 Coyote in my truck has been amazing for the last 145. I guess the Coyote motors, you know, if they're pretty well maintained, or it don't matter if they got 100K on them, they'll perform still. They'll still perform very well. It's almost impossible to find a Coyote by me. It's like I said, you know, especially at the U-Pull-It stuff, because usually the U-Pull-It businesses have like a sub business where they, you know, like cars that they get from inventory, like maybe a newer Mustang, they probably wouldn't put that in a normal yard environment because they can make more money as a company, and it makes sense. They make more money as a company parting it out separately than the main body business that's got all the other cars in it. You see what I mean? So like specialty trucks, like Super Duties, and you know, I'm surprised this truck had with the Coyote was even in the yard, to be honest with you. That's why we pulled it so fast. Yeah, I was just talking about that, Carlos. I didn't even know that. Wheelbarrow day for like $79. You should throw that Coyote in an OBS. That's what Caleb had in his red LX with over 100K in it. Yeah, it was a good block. We did end up actually, speaking of my buddy Jim this past weekend, we're going to be picking up a roller block, and it's like $100. He's got a 351 roller block, and those, like I said, those are like a 4-year thing, with the one-piece rear main and you know, the roller setup. It's not really, you know, it's rusty, but I mean it's machinable, so that's important. So I got a core coming. All I really need is the rods and the damn block itself, as long as it's machinable. You know what I mean? It's not rotted. So we will be getting another 351 roller. Yes, they are, Troy. So yeah, so Zach and Hamlin are actually doing a Gen 1 truck Yodi in his Fox body right now. I don't have a video of it because I can't present pictures. It has to be videos. So that's basically what happened this past week, man. So big shout to cousin Fred and cousin Paul for you know, doing, you know, helping me get this Yodi home in a hurry. You know what I mean? Got a bunch of new edge parts from Y-Town and U-Pull. Yeah. So did you see the video? Bunch of stuff was in there, man. Did you see the green GT with the 8.8 axle? I mean, there's a rear disc axle and U-Pull-It Youngstown right now that's very compatible with Fox bodies. Let me catch up. Trying to catch up here, guys. Sorry. Oh, Dan, make sure you ask your lady how dim. Okay. She said I'm not allowed to talk to you tonight. What's up, James Williams? Good to see you, bro. You need every bit of what does he say? You need every bit of that 3K to finish the entire engine. HCI, water pump, oil pan. If you can afford a 347 stroker 2, then go for it. But if not, 306 is a lot of fun. Hell yeah. I appreciate that, William. Hell yeah, it is. So I didn't even know that. You're talking about Cletus McFarland? He swapped from a Godzilla to a Yodi and went faster? Not surprised, to be honest. Hi, good Neo. I have a 302 small block with forged pistons, stock rods, and crank. Aftermarket heads and intake with 30-pound injectors. What cam do you recommend? Presently have an X303. N41. Go get with Donnie B. Go get with Donnie B. Tell him you talked to me on live stream. He'll take care of you, dude. He'll get you in the camshaft that you need to get. He might even be here on live stream and chat. I don't know, but he's probably listening. Donnie, if you're in there, go ahead and message whatever. But Donnie B at Anderson Ford Motorsport. Trick flow cams are good as well. Did you get that axle? I'm telling you, man. If you're listening to my live stream, you follow my channel, and you're looking for a rear axle for your foxbody Mustang and a rear disc, it's on my video. There's a 90, is it 96? 95, 96? I can't remember. I think it's 96. Not impressed with the Zilla motor so far. Not an overgrown Coyote, but any stretch of imagination. I got you. So that's what knowing what I know about Coyotes and for what Hanlon told me, there's not a whole lot. And I am going to do content on a Coyote motor. We are going to do stuff with it. Like, I'm going to clean it up even more. We're going to, I guess you have to do oil pump gears or some shit. So, like, there's a lot of learning shit that's going to happen next year on top of our 408, our 387, because 9.5 deck push rods, that's me, bro. The 363 is just an exotic 8.2 deck because it's an aftermarket one. And, that's my shit. That doesn't mean that we're not going to put a Coyote in something or change something up, right? So what Andrew had told me with the Yodi is, I guess I can get some Mustang cams for practically free or cheap, which really all I need, and some oil pump gears and I don't know, an intake. And, we could, clean it up, leave it up on the engine stand and have it like kind of at the ready. Does that make sense? Because like I said, we're going to a Terminator X, and we're going to be learning a lot about Terminator X next year. A lot of content there. We're going to be learning a lot. We're going to be pushing the 387. We're going to be racing a lot next year with the Trooper Coupe. We're going to be learning the Yodi shit. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, we're just going to we're not going to really, we're not switching over to a Coyote only. Guys, I'm a push rod, guys. I'm push rod. But that doesn't mean it's Ford. It's a great engine. So I want to expand my horizons, and I would like to learn how to at least mess with it, because one day the Coyote is going to be the engine again. It's going to be probably the primary engine that we swap to for the most part, because 351s are already hard to find, especially the Windsors. So, can Anderson build you a custom grind? I don't know. That's a great question. Like I said, I wish Donnie B was here in chat. He could probably answer that. But I would have to say yes, or he would have the ability to know who would. Get a hold of him. How are the Trick Flow Howard's retrofit roller lifters for the 351? They seem to be the same if you recommend any other brand. Okay, so just so you guys know, the 363 I'm currently beating the shit out of in my white car has retrofit lifters in it. So they are the Trick Flow hydraulic retrofit race lifters. They're not the limited travels like I got on my 408. That's the Morel limited travels. So they are badass lifters. Trick Flow is a great lifter for retrofit if you're going to use it. Morel is also a good lifter. They don't owe me anything. I don't owe them anything. It's a great lifter. I like limited travels. It gives you a little bit of space for adjustability. I had no problems with the 408. So we have beat the shit out of the Trick Flows on two different engines for several years, and there hasn't been a failure yet. And it doesn't seem like there's going to be any issues with it. So that answers your question. Zach, cam phasers, oil pin gears. Is that right? So, I mean, they're going to help me out. We're going to spend a little bit of money on the Coyote to get it ready, but we're going to buy a set of headers with V-bands, because if I did the Coyote, it would most likely be a turbo. Build my own kit types thing, which would be really cool for the channel. But again, we have multiple Fox bodies on the channel for a reason. And, and then we know where we're going with that coupe behind me. So let me catch you back up, brother. Donnie B is in the house. What's up, brother? We aren't doing custom grinds cams right now. Okay. So Check out his N41. N41 is a very popular. It's got a great duration. It's got a good lift to it. I would suggest an N41. You know, if you're not going to do like a super budget B cam / stock cam with rockers, I think the next camshaft that I would choose would probably either be a Tricklo Stage 1 or an N41 Anderson cam. Just so you guys know, we got a B31 Anderson cam in the back of my 387 right here. So just so you guys know, we got that from Anderson a while ago. And the B31 cam is a great boost cam, by the way. It was the original camshaft that was in my 363 when we made 800 wheel the first time. Just saying. What's up, my stick shift Ohio brother? What's up, brother? It's good to see you. Gabe Large in the house. Had a really good weekend. We'll talk about the stick shift weekend and a little bit more about the point series towards the end of the live stream. Got some footage for y'all so you guys can enjoy it. But yeah, so that's the Coyote. We're going to be talking about, we're going to be doing a lot of footage with the Coupe. We do have a possible race we might go to next weekend in like 3 states over. So there is a possible opportunity for us to race one more time. I really like that 363 and that aftermarket turbo kit in the white car. That shit is just getting down, boy. And I think I can take that one more time to another track, go 4 or 5 rounds, 3 or 4 or 5 rounds or whatever. Maybe just kind of get the monkey off my back. Because to be honest with you, it seems like every race I had to race my my buddy Tyler. And Tyler's got the Hemi, the turbo Hemi that runs, you know, mid-high 5s. The car makes 4-digit numbers. It's just a hard car to beat. You know what I mean? So, you know what? When you take the L, you go home and you get better. You know, Tyler's probably one of my best friends when it comes to stick shift shit. And he's fastest. And I would never be, I'm never mad at John Kinter when I lost to him. I was never mad at Cody Hartman when I lost to him. And I never mad at Tyler when I lost to him. So it doesn't matter, man. It's just, you know, you don't get mad because somebody beat you. You just go home and get better. Just the way it is. Excuse me. I'm trying to make 1,000 on with the 393 in my street car. Through an auto, it's going to be tough to get that number because it takes so much parasitic loss. But it should be. You should be close. I mean, you're talking about like 1,000 like crank, right? What's up, Roy? It's good to see you, bro. I haven't seen you in a while. Bullet Cams is a very good and knowledgeable for custom. There's a lot of good companies out there. I mean, you could just do a quick search for like Google, right? And you could just see, you know, the some of the reviews. And we live in a day and age now. It's just like, you know what's good out there, and you know these companies will bend over backwards to take care of you, you know, to try to, you know, bring you a good product. You know, I just recently you know, was talking to a good friend of mine, and he had said that his friend's clutch like literally survived a dyno pass, but the dyno passes, when they started turning the clutch up, the damn thing started like it started losing its, you know, friction. So, you know, those types of scenarios, legitimately, you call up the company, and I 9 times out of 10 say, I don't know if I adjusted it wrong or whatever, but the clutch doesn't work for my combo. Can you fix the situation? Or it could be brakes, or it could be turbo, or it could be whatever. I mean, we got a hold of Precision. I admitted to screwing up the original turbo, and they just took care of me. They just took care of me. And I guess the point I'm trying to make is, you know, even if you screw it up, like when you install a good company's, they're going to stand by their product. And if you just admit that maybe I did something wrong and just ask them, hey, can you help me fix this? Or what's it going to cost me to do it? Most of the time, a company's probably just going to go take care of you just because they want to continue your business, and they want to talk about, they want people like you and me and word of mouth of, you know, they want a positive, you know, experience from, you know, from a consumer or whatever. So it's just the way it is. That's good business. And there's a lot of good companies that have helped me out over the years when I needed something, like, you know, like I was just talking about Precision. You know, I screwed something up. I called them up, admitted it. They took care of the turbo. They say, hey, we'll take care of it. Just send it back in. We watch your channel. We see what happened. It is what it is. You see what I mean? So Let me get caught up here. N41 will be fine with AOD running 28 to 3,000 stalls. So, you guys, I mean, Donnie B is here in the channel. He is the one of the tuners, lead tech, lead sales, I guess, for Anderson Ford Motorsports. So if you guys got any Anderson questions, I don't know if he's running a code this month for Black Friday. Donnie, are you doing something with kits, with like superchargers, camshafts and stuff like that? Zach Bolton, what's up? I need to bring my car to you. I have some issues. I didn't get my much time to work on it with all the races and flagging. What's up? So Zach Bolton is the flagger for upstate New York No Prep. So big shout to him. What's going on, brother? Shrimpy the flagger. That's what they call him. Well, I think that's what he's going to go with next year. I don't know. He made some t-shirts, but he was in our video. He was actually right there in the thumbnail when we went to race at Lucky's. That shit was sketch. So yeah, go check out AndersonFordMotorsports.com. Is that right? There's some discounts there to be had. There's no coupon needed. You know, camshafts, superchargers, Vortec, Holly. So go check them out. Okay, forgot to mention that my boost Vortec VTEM. I am just mumbling here. Okay, forgot to mention that my Ford 302 would be boosted with a Vortec supercharger S trim. So I wanted to know what cam would be best. Yeah, I fully rollarized my C4 so it don't steal as much power. That's smart. So there shouldn't be much drivetrain loss. Okay. So you basically don't lose a lot of, it's not like 26% versus like 15% like a stick shift. Anyway, moving on. Neo, what's up, man? What tires can I run with a 5-lug swap? 17-inch wheels. My on-3 kit is spinning the tire stock T5. Well, what tires can I run on a 5-lug swap 17-inch? It really depends. It really depends on your back spacing. We had a video. We did we actually fit a 315 35 17 on the back of my black car by using the correct back spacing and spacers. We use 3-inch ARP studs, wheel studs, and we just put like a 1/2-inch spacer or whatever. We just space the shit out so it's, you know, so we're able to put the right tire on or whatever. What's up, Dan Robinson? Good to see you, bro. This is my Summit Tech, lead tech over there at Summit. What's going on, brother? It's good to see you tonight. Appreciate you stopping in. I can hear a Coyote right now. I know whose it is. He's probably going to drive in the watch. He's going to drive in the driveway. I just hope he doesn't spin rocks. It's my buddy Kevin over TI Dyno. Okay, Jesse, looking for a camshaft to use in a stock 87 505 speed car with 410s. Upgraded to math and better clutch. I also have an aftermarket intake and throttle body to replace when I do the swap. You know, again, that's a Donnie B question. I probably would go with an Anderson, even with a stock bottom end stuff. You know, there's a couple like B21. There's a couple camshafts you can go with. Hang on, let me answer this. All right. How bad is a 351 Typhoon HF or EFI lower? I don't know. I have never ran one before. I do need to figure out what I'm doing with this 387 behind me as far as like intake is concerned. I really don't want to use the Box R, but I may have to use the Box R. Let me get some bungs welded on the top so I can run another catch can with that. But oh, I'll take that back. That's the 408. Never mind. I'm getting lost in engines here. Whatever. So anyways, what else did we put in the thumbnail? The Coyote, the Coupe, the 387. So you see behind me, we'll talk about the 387 for a minute. The 387 behind me is, we just did a video where we did most of the top end. It's literally ready to drop down in the black car. So I basically was waiting for the white car and the end of the race season so I could like take the pump out, clean the fuel system, take the injectors out, kind of you take the water out, put antifreeze in the motor, and just kind of store the white car and leave it alone for a while. I don't want to be doing any major surgery like engine swaps right now. We're supposed to put the 363 in the coupe, but I got a lot of work on the coupe to do between now and spring of next year. We have the cage done in it. That's a 10-point cage from Team Z. Big shout to Team Z. They donated the cage to the car. Subframes from Stiflers are in that car that are mounted to the actual frame and welded all in. Also, it's got the Team Z front tubular. It's got the Team Z upper and lower torque box reinforcement boxes, like the ones with multiple adjustments and stuff. So it's got some good shit in that car. We're going to keep it light. We're going to keep it ready for, we're basically going to do what we do in our white car and our black car and doing it in a lighter chassis. We can get more out of 800 than you would think, you know what I mean? So we got a lot going on. We got a lot of work to do. We got some panels to hang. I think, and I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think I should stick the 387 down in the black car and get it running before I start messing with the coupe, or just do them together? I'm pretty sure I can work on both of them in the same time. That's not really a big problem because I got a lot of panels I got to hang on this car. So I could do some good video working, putting the doors and the panels and painting like what's not ready yet. You know what I'm saying? So the 387, I really want to get it off the stand here and get my shit off the jack stands over at my black car, or my black car's over at the other shop. So what do you guys think? You guys think I should get that 387 running before I start really digging into the coupe? Or, I mean, that would probably be the easiest thing to do right now outside of winterizing the white car and keeping it ready to race. What do you guys think? What engine would you put in the coupe behind me? Just so you guys know, that's new to the channel. This is our Trooper Coupe. This is an actual Florida Highway Patrol car from 1990. Like I had just said, it's a Team Z car, so it's got the Team Z cage. It's got the Team Z upper lower torque boxes. It's got the Team Z tubular front end. Pretty much, street strip, purposely built, true street style car. And we got some RC comps for the back. I run the front comps on my on my white car when we race. The only reason why I had mismatched wheels on my white car all year is because the barrel of the double B lock RC comps that I own, that I bought like a year ago, they don't fit over the large brakes that I have in the back of my white car. So instead of, when I bought the Trooper Coupe, I said, I'll just save the strange brakes for the coupe instead of spending, $1,500 again on rear brakes. It just made sense. So I just left with what it was. I'm excited about all my engines, bro. All my engines, they run strong. Get that black car running. I've been waiting for you. I'd have to agree. So, I mean, that's why we did that video. That's why we got this top end done. The 387 is literally sitting in the condition minus the intake that I could literally set it down in the black car, get the drivetrain set up. I could do the shorty headers and mock up an exhaust so we can do like a naturally aspirated thing on the dyno and break the engine in. But, I mean, we could always do the intake last. It's not a big deal. I could just tape it up and leave that one on there until the 408 calls for it. So, I mean, if the 408, Lamar's engine getting finished and the 408 are priority for the winter right now for the builds because, we got to meet up with Lamar and give him back give him his engine that he paid for a long time ago. Big shout to him, man. Appreciate you. But yeah, I'm just excited to see what this junkyard shit's going to do, man. I mean, we don't got a whole lot of money in that motor. We just got a lot of time and precision. So get that 387 off the stand. Hell yeah, brother. Hey, Dan, someone gave me an older V1 F3 chip, no reader or anything. I read somewhere that it's a single file memory. Is it possible to have it tuned and rewritten? I would just find an SCT 4-bank eliminator chip. I think you can still get them. I don't know if Donnie B's at Anderson Ford Motorsports is a dealer still. I think he is. I think he is an SCT dealer. Could be wrong. I know he's a Holly dealer, so that if that helps. I love the factory block 408 with a single 88. That's probably fast as hell. Did you guys watch the World Cup finals at all? Off topic. That's what I thought, Dan Robinson. I thought so. I thought you could still buy the 4-bank chip. So there's people out there that sell them all the time. They usually run used for like $100, $150, depending on it. I wouldn't do any. When you guys get chips, like you buy chips from people, just take it to a tuner. Take your whole car and everything to a tuner and say, I already got the chip. I just need the tune. You know, and they'll put it on the rollers. You'll pay them $100 an hour and they'll burn something on there or give you a value file or something. You know what I mean? To get you started. Any reason not to use the F3? I don't see why not. I mean, like I said, I would still take it to a tuner though. I need the small block Ford version of the Summit Pro LS rod and piston combo. The chips are out there. Finding someone to still tune them is a challenge. So I do want to mention that we still here. It's going to get to the point, guys, where, and it's already there really, you're going to need to honestly travel. If you're going to try to save a little bit of money and not put a Holley Terminator X in, okay, honestly, binary editor, you can learn yourself. But if you don't want to learn that shit, don't think twice to travel 6, 8, 10 hours to come get to have your carburetor tuned or to have your EFI tuned. I mean, tuning should be like your number one mod. Like, why the hell would you spend thousands of dollars? Okay. And I'm only saying this out of experience, not because I'm trying to promote my dyno shop. Why would you spend thousands and thousands of dollars on a top end kit, on a turbo kit, top end kit, all that shit, and just throw it together and it run like ass because it just doesn't know how to run together yet? Like, there's like tune files that competent tuners, and if you know who they are, like my buddy Dave here in Northeast Ohio, go to the person. If you have to travel, the tune can unlock so much horsepower and potential on your build. And I'm talking about carburetors and EFI. There's some really, really good carburetor folks out there that need to be, that need to be talked about that could definitely help. HP tuners, micro squirt, take it to people that are confident with their, what they do. Like my buddy Dave here, the mad scientist. Guys, we've been pushing A9L binary editor shit for years, and it's worked. So, if anything, the dude knows what the hell he's doing, right? But the tune should be like your number one mod because it literally takes all of your effort and all of your time that you put in money that you put into your ride. It kind of makes it all work. And if there's an issue, it's going to find it. You see what I mean? So we've been tuning a lot on the channel for decades. And, there's so many combos that could come in that they didn't realize that their IAC valve was dead. Or they didn't realize that their car wasn't running on O2s. It was running an open loop. And, and there's nothing wrong with open loop. You could tune either one, but when you're running with no tune, your sensor's got to control everything. It's kind of difficult. So on your more budget mods, I wouldn't super worried about like GT40 heads, GT40 intakes, stock cam, and some rockers. Dude, throw some 19-pound Explorer injectors in there and send it. You're going to be fine. Worst problem that you're going to have is a little bit of valve train issue, especially if you had the heads like rebuilt or whatever. You know, maybe make the push rod a little bit longer and buy some aftermarket ones. Whatever. You can buy chips, the burner, and the software at Summit still. Okay. What's the weight goal of the coupe? 2,400 without me in it. It shouldn't be a problem. Saw Teddy Weaver, #1 qualifier in all motor 8.2 deck stick shift 922. I heard about that, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Things are getting so fast anymore. They broke the LS2JZ and 4-cylinder records this weekend. Damn. That's just fast. These cars are pretty to tune. There's only so much you can tune, correct? So that's one of my videos that's actually coming out. It's funny you say that, Jimmer, because you hit it nail on the head. One of my videos, I have like 3 or 4 videos to bring out to you guys. They're not going to be super interesting, whatever. They're not going to be like, oh shit, I found a Coyote motor for $300, which I expected to be a pretty good video. Wasn't clickbait. It was real. It happened. It's sitting right there. The videos that I do have coming out, though, the ones that don't really get a lot of attention are like the meat and potatoes of my channel. And one of the reasons why we switched back to the smaller turbo on my white car is discussed in one of those videos. And it's pretty much what Jimmer just said right there. There's only so much you can do with an A9L and a factory harness stuff. Like there's things I'm missing and I'm leaving on the table that could potentially make me that much more faster and more efficient. And we talk about that this week in one of our videos. You know, it's just, this is why we went backwards. You know what I mean? And it's just time. And that's one of the, you know, this is one of the reasons why we did the live stream today. And that's why I titled it the way I did. It's about time that we start progressing the channel and opening up for options like the Coyote and opening up for options like the Terminator X. And behind me, the Coupe is going to be a completely different build than the white car and the black car has been. It's going to be something that we're going to learn Terminator X on that we talked about earlier. It's something that we're going to learn a different style suspension, like maybe a radial stuff. We're still going to race the shit out of it on no prep, but it probably won't see a back half race. It probably, you'll just see all the good front half races. I want to particularly make my stick shift car fast enough to where I could literally enter into a good street class or a small tire class and actually compete. I'm not saying win anything, just compete and do well. You know what I mean? That's the type of car that I want to have. And I knew that if I get the car to 2,400 pounds, it's going to have it's going to have a dash. It's going to have a console. It's going to have carpet. It's going to have the rear seat delete made by Scott Rod Fab. It's going to look nice inside. It's going to have door panels. It's going to have door armrests. It's going to have a mirror. It's going to have a headliner. You see what I'm saying? It's going to have pretty much a full interior it's not going to have a heater box behind it. Some of the wiring is going to be gone. Some of the doors some of the stuff that's not needed is going to be gone. It's already light to begin with. It's a coupe. I'm just going to not put stuff in there that just don't make it purposeful for me. I don't need a radio, but we'll probably put like a little Bluetooth radio in there in case I got to go on a cruise or some shit. It's going to change. I mean, but we're always still going to have the white car. We're always still going to have Dad's car that we're going to be monkeying with. We got a clapped out coupe that's coming out next year because me and cousin Paul got plans on some super budget shit with his car. And that's where we were at. We're all over the place in the channel, and that's what makes it wonderful. Free 99. Why I want to use it? What are you saying? Let me catch up. Free 99 is why I want to use it. I'm local to Tiadano, but don't know if he would have it. He has plenty of readers. I'm sure he's got what you need. Crane went 794 to 181 mod motor stick shift. Nice. Have you had experience with a B50 block? I didn't. You asked that last week, and I honestly couldn't answer your question, Bill Lane. That's my fault, Jeff. What's up, Dwayne? Appreciate you chiming in from Georgia, bro. Good to see you. You from Georgia too, Super Dave? So I didn't get a chance to. I guess you were. Did you go to Bowling Green, Super Dave? I thought you said you were there. Tuning is so important. Tuning is the #1 mod. Having a wideband is very important, 100%. I don't see spending thousands and not spending $200 on a wideband. I agree. I agree. And sometimes even I had to learn that over the years, and I've learned to tune off of an AFR. It's one of the reasons why I have multiple cameras in my car when I race, because one of them staring at an AFR where I can see, I can click through each one of my frames and see if something's spiked, pull up an old data log. I can tell you right now, the white car is pretty much out of intercooler. That's one of my issues. And we found that just on the binary editor. So what year is your SSP Coupe? I just picked up a 93 Louisiana, 90. So this is a 90 Florida patrol car. So what we plan on doing with it is we're gonna put the vinyl. How it's got the cream. It's got the cream top, the cream trunk, and the part of the quarter or whatever. We're gonna actually vinyl wrap that into the car, so I don't have to mess the paint up. I didn't. I had an apprentice paint my car. He did a wonderful job. The car's actually in really good paint condition. Once I get the car actually put together, we're going to have it wet sand and buffed, because that's what was part of the deal. But he said, I want you to put the car together first. And that way, if you nick it or ding it or whatever, we can fix it. I'm not worried about scratching my shit. I'm not worried about dinging and messing up my shit, because here on the channel, we don't stare at our cars. We run our cars. And that's just going to be the way it is. My black car is far from perfect. My white car is far from perfect. And I'm okay with that. And you should be too. You should love your Mustang or your car. It's fam. You know what I mean? So I like patina stuff. My black car is patina original paint. Its clear coat is peeling off. It's not pretty as much as it used to be, and I don't really give a shit. It's nice enough. I drive it. People love it. It is what it is. But small tire is getting insane. Yeah, it's getting a little crazy. I see. It's just, listen, and I'll say this: small tire and no prep has really caught a lot of really, really good publicity. It's fun. It's fun to do. It's pretty easy. I mean, as far as there's a lot out there. There's a lot of races to choose from. It's wonderful. I love to race, and and you can't hate on the fact that people of all different walks of life and all different car speeds and builds and whatever. It's just cool to watch small tire evolve. And it's the same with big tire and stick shift and hard tire, all the classes with no prep. And it's really what I try to pitch here in the channel is even if you don't have a car to race, just go watch the shit. You'll have a great time. You'll just absolutely have a great time. No matter what no prep you go to, no matter what track you go to, there's going to be a crowd. There's going to be people following cars to watch them race and win, no matter how fast the small tire is, good, bad, or indifferent. Go support the racers. If they got merch, if they have a brand, go up to them, say hello, buy a hat, buy a t-shirt. You guys don't realize how important that sort of monetization is. And I'm just lucky and humbled enough to have a channel with Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. Well, basically a little bit of Facebook and mostly YouTube, that allows me to make a little bit of money to where I can pay for fuel to go to a lot of events and to see members and subscribers and stuff like that. So, these no prep races are no different. You're supporting not only the track, because I don't know if you guys know this or not, but no prep events, a good portion, 50, 60, 70% of the gate money goes to the track. And they can make good money doing the gate split and not have to worry about paying a bunch of employees to prep a track. You see what I mean? They pretty much hand the keys over with the insurance being paid to the promoter, like D-Team, just using them as an example. So, support your tracks, support your small tire guys, support, it is what it is. So, support them all. Doesn't matter really what you choose. There's some really cool racing. I mean, World Cup finals is super awesome. And I love watching that stuff too. That is like the pinnacle, man. That is like the summit of racing. And there's just so much. Cars are so fast nowadays. It's just wonderful to be part of a no prep thing that's more realistic for me, that I can go and compete with friends and actually make a difference in change the way people view no prep or view stick shift or whatever. And that's why I did that point series this year. I'm not patting myself in the back. I'm not doing none of that shit. I just looked at the Tremec box and said to myself, and I asked my sponsor, I said, wouldn't it be cool if we did this? And he says, hey, if that's what you want to do, let's do it. He's like, but, I got to do all the work. So, they gave me the keys to run with it. They gave me the ball to run with it at D-Team and Stripper Glitter. And it was just a wonderful scenario all the way around. I just tuned in. Did you say you bought a Coyote for $300? Yes. It was in my latest video. But I got the whole thing with the 6-speed too. The transmission sitting on the truck. We paid $457 and we got the transmission and the transfer case with it. But the transfer case has got a crack in it. So the transmission was beautiful fluid. It looked fine. It was good. It's good condition. So at least the transmission's in good condition, which is worth like $500. Probably get my money back and have a free Coyote. I got you, Super Dave. I'm 20 minutes from MIR. I stopped to watch the races when they eliminated the slow classes. I stopped going to watch races when they eliminated the slow classes, but I understand every single last Honda broke and dragged oil down the track. Damn. I agree with that, Zach. I just love the atmosphere for no prep and meeting new friends. So with Zach being like one of the upstate New York no prep guys, he runs a lot of races every year, much like D-Team does with Stripper Glitter here locally. So I do encourage you guys, upstate New York, no prep. There's also some no prep companies, I want to call it that, like to the east, and there's some to the west. They're all over the place. And if you go like their pages and go follow them, you'll see that they post a lot of stuff. And then being that it's Eastern and Northern, that these companies that I race with or these venues that I go to, there's 3 or 4 months downtime due to weather, due to winter conditions and stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure they just finished theirs. And I think there's a race on the East Coast over in Delaware or Maryland or something like that. That's the end of the year this weekend. So yeah, man, it's the environment, dude. It's the camaraderie. When I started doing the stick shift shit earlier in the year, we did, just to give you guys a brief, I did 10 races. I kept points for buy-in, for rounds 1, and for events 1. And we had a Tremec T56 Magnum sponsored by Tremec, that the person who accumulated the most points at the end of the season from April until last night, pretty much, won a transmission, free and clear. So like I said, big shout out to my buddy Tyler Garlock earlier in the channel. He's the one who won it. He accrued the most points, right behind or right in front of Cody Hartman, who was a very, very close race. All the points, there was probably 30 or 40 stick shift cars that were in on this. Some of them came to a couple events, have got a couple points. Others came to all the events and won points as they went. So yeah, it was a good time. I mean, and that's the type of shit that I'm trying to change. I'm not really trying to change stick shift. I'm just trying to put more, trying to get more people to, I mean, stick shift shit's fun to watch. It's all about going A to B. It's probably the class that's probably the least betted on, because you'd never know who's going to win. a car that makes 4-digit power could pull up, blow his tires off, or bog on the line, and a car that makes 500 horsepower like John Kinter can put him on the trailer. And that's why I say, it's a great class to get into when you're trying to maybe do a little no prep racing, because it's not, you guys know how hard it is to make a stick shift car go fast, let alone do it consistently. So you did a hell of a job running and setting up everything, man. I appreciate that. And we're just going to learn off what we did. You know what I mean? You did a hell of a job getting me some good footage, bro. I got some of my best footage and some of my best camera stuff from that. Oh, okay. I was going to World Cup. I stopped going to watch because they eliminated the slow classes due to constant oil downs. Heck yes, Samson. No prep is awesome. Let me say something. Who's Samson? I seen a Junkyard video. I wish there was something like that by me. So let me reiterate real quick on that. Might help you guys. A lot of the junkyards, like the franchise junkyards, like Pull Apart and You Pull It and whatever, there's actually franchises all over the United States. I don't know if you guys do that or not. A lot of the you pick, you pull, it's already have an inventory set. So they actually update their inventory online. You don't have to physically go to the junkyard. I know that seems like a little bit of a lazy thing to do, because it is lazy kind of to me, because back in the day, you went to the junkyard and it was like, man, it's like a yard sale, right? You were like, shit, what's up in here, right? And you see something really cool. What I like about the junkyard is like one of the coolest things was and I showed it earlier in the I'll show you guys that again here in a second. But you know, one of the reasons why I go to junkyards too is I get to look at some old cars, and it's kind of getting to the point to where, you know, they're getting harder to find and shit. But check this out. This is my first.
To be honest with you,
car.
I gotta stop. Guys, this is one of the first vehicles I've ever owned. I think this is a Mercury Lynx, to be honest with you. I don't think this is a Ford Escort. I can't believe this is even in here.
Dude, look how clean that
1986, that was the first year I had. Boy, this thing brings back memories right here, boy.
That's my first car ever.
Mine was painted black with 2 racing stripes. I had big old wide wheels on it.
Hell
had a big old stereo system in the back. Had a couple 12s. It was really cool. A stick shift. Wow, this thing brings back some memories.
That's one, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Seeing old shit like that, and it makes me smile.
I bet those parts are worth some good money. The car's actually in pretty good condition for what it is. Damn, OG right there, buddy.
Yes, sir. I had to show you guys that. But yeah, Ford Escort was was my first vehicle, and you know, if I do anything here in the channel, I try to motivate you not only to get your shit off the jack stands and fix your car, but to enjoy your car, and to be able to remember my car like I do. Like, especially your first car, right? And then to see it in the junkyard, it kind of made me a little bit sad. I'm not going to lie to you. We walked by that. When I walked by that thing with the camera, I'm like, I'm 100% putting this on the channel because I don't give a shit. I was like, my original Escort was, you know, we live in Ohio, so it had some rust on the frame, and it ended up having a broke frame later on because, I don't know, the guy I sold it to tried to jump a railroad track or something. But it was really cool. Me and my Uncle Paul, which is cousin Paul's dad, you know, we painted that car. And this goes for like foxbody stuff that we've done over the years too. It's kind of, you always start somewhere, right? So that's where I really initially learned how to paint, was on a car like that. Wasn't very good at it, and we did it really cheap wise because my dad had like tractor paint, and we had base and clear and acrylic. I think we shot a paint that didn't require clear coat. It wasn't the best paint job in the world, but you know what? It meant the world to me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't give a shit what anybody thought about it. It still was pretty shiny. It didn't have clear coat on it, but it was still pretty shiny. And we had some like weld wheels on it, or I think they were Mustang wheels. I don't even remember. But they had like skinnies and fats on it, and I had a stereo system in it and shit. So I'll stop rambling about it, but it's just probably the biggest smile on my face when I seen that shit, man. It's all, you know, it's how these cars make you feel. You know what I mean? Like my Mustangs, when I ride on them, I get the biggest smile. I mean, you see it here on the channel when I'm doing test hits in it and shit. I get pretty excited. You know what I mean? We get, you know, they're fun to drive, they're fun to work on, and it's really fun when the shit comes together and actually works. So, what horsepower did your 408 make NA? It never was NA. My first car with tags was an 82 Mustang GLX. I got you. Too much bass, son. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Back in the day, man, back in the 90s, it was all about, you know, Tupac and Biggie and the shit I still listen to. You know, Poison and Metallica, running this shit through 12s and 15s, bro. That was a good time. So I think I had 2 12-inch I tell you what, they were like Jensen, right? They were just some shit I got. I worked at Sears, so I got like a discount or whatever. So they weren't super good. Jensen was okay. We did have a Rockford Fosgate amp, a pretty big one that I really wish I still had today because that's like a dinosaur. Yeah, and we bridged it. If you guys remember how to do that, and it definitely hit pretty hard. I had terrible treble. Like, I didn't have any good mid-range shit that gave you good voice or whatever. It was just all about the bump, bro. That was a long time ago. I'm not into that much anymore. I actually got a 12-inch box of Sony Explodes, and a big amp and some other bullshit in the basement I pulled out of a foxbody like 20 years ago or 15 years ago. It still sits in the same spot in the basement. I'm deaf, man. It's probably from that shit. MTX, bro. Yes. I'm in good company with that. Good company. Rockford Fosgate. You know, I couldn't afford the JL audio shit, guys. The blah punked or whatever I don't even know how to say that today. JL audio, the Kenwood, bro. I did have a Kenwood CD player. I did have a Kenwood. I had to work my way into that. I had to hustle my way into that. But used to run the Boss shit. Yeah, I don't care, man. It's good times. I'm gonna take you back, way back. Pyramid. Yes, that was a pretty good one. So I still bridge systems. Yeah. So like, if you guys don't know what bridging is, it like made it like it's something about running power in parallel or something. It doubled the output of your subwoofer. It wasn't really good for the cheap ones. They blow them up. MB Court. Yep. I still listen to Magic Mike. Kicker, dude. Dude, come on. We'll talk about audio shit real quick. I don't give a damn. JL audio was tough. Kicker was tough to get. They were expensive, but they were the best. Rockford Fosgate, I thought, was my favorite amp by far. My buddy John Tackett had like a ton of shit. He had a ton of shit in his Bravada. Like he had like he had a box in the back of his Bravada when Bravada first came out. I think it's an Oldsmobile. It's like an SUV. And like his whole back of his like SUV was full of stereo amp shit. Like, I mean, I couldn't even tell you how many thousands of dollars he had in there, but had a great mid-range, had tweeters and mid-ranges, and had like 3 amps and like 3 batteries or 2 batteries and shit. It was crazy times, man. Crazy times. I mean, he blew the rear back of his glass out. It was hitting so hard. Serwin Vega. MTX Blue Thunder. 2 JLs and an Explorer was loud as hell. That's good times, boys. That was good times, man. I literally ran stereo shit from like 9th, 10th grade when I started getting the Escort. That was my first car. So I built an MTX, or not MTX, but I built like a subwoofer box. My dad had Sawzall, or not Sawzall, but Jigsaw. I made my own box and I glued it up with his freaking silicone. I took all the silicone. I remember him yelling at me, dude. He was like, "What the hell are you doing?" And I'm just like, "I gotta seal all the corners and shit." And it had like a couple like things in the corner in the back of the box for like vacuum, you know what I mean? So it hit really hard. And yeah, man, plywood and silicone and some wood screws and shit, man. You get those cheap ass cups. They used to have these magazines that you used to get too, and it's wonderful that we talk. I mean, this is car stuff, guys. So I mean, it's funny to kind of just sit back and bullshit with you guys, but it's kind of funny that you guys all kind of know what I'm talking about. Phoenix Gold, Phoenix Gold was great connectors, man, but then things were expensive, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was a splice it and put electrical tape on it guy. I mean, solder was okay, but I was kind of terrible at it because my dad always had old ass solder in the damn garage. So like every time I would like try to solder, it would just get all over the place and piss me off. So not Crutchfield. It wasn't Crutchfield. There was a book. I don't know what the company is. I couldn't tell you what the company is. It's back in the 90s. Like this is before the internet. My buddy that had 215 JL audios in his, I can't even remember what that was. Wasn't an Escort, but it was 4-door Celebrity, Chevy Celebrity. So you know how Chevy Celebrities kind of look like a foxbody coupe, sort of. It's got the trunk and shit. So he had like 215s in the back, and he had his shit all set up. He was really, really good at it. But he had this book. It was about this thick, and there's this company from Arizona, and like there was so many pages of like cheaper audio stuff. Like it was all just printed. It had no like colorful pictures or anything. It was just like an ad, and you could buy like everything audio. And I can't even tell you what it was, but I don't know where the hell he got the book from. It was the craziest shit ever. I'm like, let me borrow it. He wouldn't let anybody ever borrow it. Like just borrow it so they can order something. Like he just like kept it secret and shit to himself. It was fun, good times. The struggle was real, man. That's for sure, Fish. That was for sure. I missed the magazines. Yes, yes. So magazines were a thing, man. Magazines were strong. Mustang 50 and MMFF. Yes. Big, and that's, we could actually, JC Whitney was one of the books. That was one of the books. But this was a different all audio book. I wish I knew the name of it, whatever, but it was like this thick, and you could flip through the pages, and you can get just about every amplifier, and the shit was cheap. I mean, it was like, wow, you can get it didn't have super name brand stuff in there, but it had some, some stuff that you could buy within your cost limits. Lands are. Zach, we figs the reverse. Yeah. Pioneer was probably the most used. Flip down face. That's right. I tell you what, man, magazines, it kind of went from magazines to when the internet kind of was bornish. So you guys that haven't, that follow the channel that aren't, that are in your 20s or whatever, you wouldn't you wouldn't know what I'm talking about, but I'm trying to explain it to you. Like back in the 80s and 90s, we had like magazines, like everybody bought magazines. You had the 5.0 magazine and the Muscle Mustang and Fast Forward magazines, and you didn't have the internet. So like, you knew you like subscribed to it. Like I was subscribed to what was it? Bass fishing forever, because I would love to fish. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I still love to fish, but I haven't fished in years. So I'm a pretty good angler, man. I'm telling you that right now. So Bass used to give us like free lures and shit every week, or excuse me, every month, and they would, being part of their subscription for the year for like $30 or $40, and I did that for all the magazines or whatever. But that's when the internet was born, in like 99 or 98, and I'm really going OG on you guys. And it's good shit. You got into like forums, which brings me into my next. I'm going to kind of like tie it all in with foxbody stuff. I started getting into cars with, late 90s, when I was out of high school when I started getting into cars the most. And, my dad, the internet was born, and my dad was helping me with the Escort, but then we ended up getting some 5.0 Mustangs, and I was helping my dad with them and shit. So, or I was helping my dad with other cars, but I got my 5.0 Mustangs and he was helping me with them. And in like 99, the internet was born, and you have like forums and shit. So we went from like magazines to like forums. And then that's when like corral.net was born. I think there was stingnet.com or stingnet.net, fordmuscle.com. I don't know if you guys remember Joel 5.0. He was probably still active on Corral. I don't know what happened to him. He was like one of the original OG guys from Ford. He's a friend of mine. I had him, I still have his cell phone number. I don't even know if it works, but he was a good friend of mine. He was a good tech guy. He helped me out in a pinch. I did a lot of KOEO, KOER shit back in the day. And, he had a website called sbftech.com. You had TMOS, which Tom is still active today. He had very useful info.com. So like when you start getting into the website stuff, that's kind of what took over, and the magazine started to fade. And then, of course, smartphones really started coming into their own around 2005, 2007. And, it's, you guys pretty much know from there on out. But Corral was wonderful. It's still like I'm Neomustangs with a Z on Corral, because they have a pretty zero tolerance on Corral for advertising and bullshit. So I made a mistake when I made Neomustangs account years and years and years ago, when I first started it back in like 99, 2000. I made a mistake and was talking about my dyno, and it was almost like I was advertising, and there's pretty much zero tolerance. They pretty much said, that's banned. So I had to make a new one, and I put a lot of good stuff on Corral years ago with the O2 stuff when I was learning myself. Some pretty good stuff, pretty good people. Let me catch back up here. Sorry. I'm over here just like looking over in the sky and shit, not even paying attention. We had a friend with 5 12-inch Lanzar subs and a Geo Tracker and a giant box. Took up the whole back. You'd hear him come. Yeah, that was life in the 90s right there, bro. I was really big into Lightnings. I had 294s. Hell yeah. SVT Performance is another big one. Roy, I had JBLs, DD wired in series. Love frying amps. Yes, that's for sure. I remember looking at the magazines and wanting to be Billy Glidden. Rockford, you had a Fosgate 408 DSM with 5 JL10s back. Hell yeah. Man, that's going bang, bro. That's going bang like you wouldn't believe. See, this is what I like doing here on live chat, you know? Talking some foxbody shit with some foxbody friends. I'm in good company tonight. For sure in good company. When I can rattle off some car audio shit and you guys just start blowing the chat up, that's a good night. I'm around good people right there. It was good times, bro. I tell you that. But for you young guys out there to follow the channel, that's pretty much how that all happened. It all started in magazines and advertising in magazines was the only way to get it. Donnie B was here in chat earlier. And Donnie B's OG from Anderson Ford Motorsport, because Anderson Ford Motorsport was the OG of them all. You know, that was the original, yeah. I mean, that was the original people we went to the most. You know, they're an old company. So when I tell you to, you know, when I tell you that, you know, Anderson Ford Motorsports and Donnie B and I think it's Rick, I think he's the owner. I could be wrong. You know, they know what they're doing over there. And they've been around Fox Bodies a very, very long time. And they know what works and they know, you know, they're not going to steer you wrong. So I did talk to Donnie B earlier in the week, and I apologize for not mentioning him more, you know, here on the channel, because they need to be mentioned more. You know, stuff like that is important because there's a lot of experience and knowledge based around companies that just have you know, the best reputation from decades of, you know, of doing, you know, good customer service. I remember the Mustang Car Club Extreme Mustangs. Talk about like the SAACs. Alpine. Damn, I completely forgot about Alpine. Alpine was expensive, man. Dale Audio, Alpine. Damn, that was like the Kenwood. Those were like the best of the best, bro. I mean, it wasn't clearly the best of the best, but it was on another level, bro. It's the age group. They have to, so what do you say? It's the age group. They have it so good now. You could barely imagine 250 horsepower stock back in the 80s and 90s. Damn near everything's 450. I get it. I'm not really sure, Pimp. Good old magazines, Muscle Mustangs, Fast Forward, 5.0 Mustangs. I have 100 of those magazines. Yeah, so actually there is a guy that I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys know. There's actually a guy who has a really good YouTube channel I want you to check out. Like if you're into that old school OG, you know, Muscle Mustang Fast Forward style promotion, I think his name is Evan Smith. He's Revan Evan. He has about 50,000 subs. You know, you're looking at the right channel. And he's actually an OG writer, journalist, sort of, I guess. I'm not really sure what his title was back in the day, but Andrew Hanlon actually told me that, you know, he used to write for Muscle Mustangs Fast Forward and 5.0 magazine or something like that. So he's OG as hell. So I respect that for sure. And I know, you know, his content's pretty fire. He doesn't do just Fox Body. He does, you know, just all hot rods. So it's a good channel to watch. It's good content for sure. So definitely get a chance. If you like that OG shit we were just talking about and like doing all that reminiscent stuff, he kind of keeps it pretty real like he used to back in the day with the magazine. So big shout out to him for sure. Not going to lie, man, for sure. Yes, I remember the good old days. I remember the Fox Bodies at the Ford dealerships. I'm 44 and my son is really big into Fox Bodies. Nice. Bimini Blue 5-speed. I love it. I remember Eclipse Super Day for sure. You say he was the editor? Yeah, he did a lot of shit with Muscle Mustangs and Fast Forwards. And like I said, he carried it over, what I would assume he carried it over to to YouTube and does an amazing job, does a wonderful job on a lot of NMRA, NMCA. I would assume some of the stuff that he would be doing in a magazine. So good, go check him out. He's called Revan Evan on YouTube. Another guy I want to make a shout out to, and you guys really like the tech shit, and he knows more than just foxbody stuff, but he's a foxbody guy at heart. You can see it, is Richard Holdner. So he's got like 220-ish subscribers. I don't know how many he has currently now. He's got a lot. He's closing in on 250,000. But he goes live a lot. So if you have like engine questions he can help you out with, if you don't catch me on it, he probably knows a lot more than I do. He does a lot of engine tech with not only LS, but Pontiac and Ford and Dodge. And he knows a lot about a lot of motors. I think he owns an engine dyno, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. So Richard Holdner, that's another really good, cool channel to check out if you're into that tech shit for sure. JVC, man. Good one, Robert. JVC. I love this shit. That's a badass channel. Yep. He's got 272K now. Good for him. Good for him. Hell yeah. Revan Evan, first person to take a bone stock LS1 Camaro into the 12s, and that pass was a muscle Mustang and fast forward. No one believed he did that pass at Englishtown. Hell yeah, dude. And I just said Holdner too, so I'm in good company here. Richard does some really good down and dirty dyno shit. I know, man. I know. Definitely, like, if you guys follow me on the channel, run over and subscribe, or at least check their channels out and consider subscribing to Richard Holdner and Revan Evan. So definitely big, OG, there's so much knowledge and awesome car shit on just a good variety on their channels, and it's good time. So anyways, we're closing in on about an hour and 30. Y'all want to do a banner giveaway? Listen, I want to say that the guy who won the banner last week never messaged me, so I'm going to give him another week. I forget. I got his name wrote on the actual banner. That's why I do it. It's Mr. Green or something. I don't remember. He didn't actually give me his. When I give away a banner, all you got to do is email me your address, and I'll just go ahead and ship it out. So it's Neomustangs at Hotmail. I don't have my I swear in the winter here, I swear I'm gonna get my website up so I can go ahead and sell some merch for once instead of giving it away all the time. I give away like all my merch. It's ridiculous. And then I end up wondering why my merchandise bill is like $2,000. But anyways, we'll go ahead and I'm just let you guys know here on channel that he didn't get a hold of me. So we're going to give him another week. And if he doesn't get a hold of me by next Sunday, I'm going to give that banner away again. So we do a lot of banner giveaways here. It's shop swag, I call it. Big shout to Tremec and Stiflers, Viking, Teamsy, and McLeod. I currently have only the Tremec and the Stiflers banners. I think I only have one Tremec left, so I'll have to get some more when in the next week or so. I'm also want to talk about Fox Days at Christmas before we leave. So we're going to go ahead and give away a banner real quick. I think this is the last Tremec one, so instead of giving away the last Tremec one today, I think I'll give away a Stiflers one. So you guys see the big Stifler one. So big shout to Tom Clark and Brian over at Stiflers for sending us. They sent us they sent us quite a few. I told them, I says, well, I'm going to need quite a few because I'd like to give away some to my channel members. And they said, they got me covered. So, a big shout. They love taking care of the community. And this is one way that they do it. So I got 2 more Stiflers left and 1 more Tremec. Not including the other one. So I only got like a month left of banner. So there you have it. It's like, I don't know, 5 or 6 feet long. This is a 6 feet long banner. Shop swag, Stiflers. We're going to be giving that away tonight. So, Robert, little to no Cleveland's, I think. What did he say? How many folks in your channel are running Cleveland's? It's a great engine. That's a hard engine to find. Winters are not easy to find, but freaking freaking Cleveland's are just hard as hell to find. So, all right, we're gonna give away the Stiflers. So give me a just hashtag Stiflers. I'll let it run for a minute because I know that the StreamYard software does lag a little bit. So, yeah. I will preface the fact that if you are from another country and it is shipped internationally, I would appreciate maybe if you can pay for the postage. It's like $40. Oh. I hate saying it that way, but I did send one to Canada and it cost me $38. So just do a hashtag Stiflers and I'll pick a random person out of the chat. So we have a Tremec one. We'll probably give away a Tremec one next week. Since I'm down a little bit on banners, I'm going to probably get Team Z and start trying to get McLeod involved more. So I do this for y'all, man. Shop swag is cool as hell. Everybody likes big banners to hang on their wall. So hell yeah. Oh, okay. Do you just want to come on here and say that, Andrew? Hang on a second. Let me send you a invite. Check your email. Can you even come on here or no? I'm just going to send it to your email anyway. I'll let you pop in here and talk about real quick on your promotions. Because I think you have some discount shit coming up, right? Did you hear me? All right, check your email, Hanlon. Boosted Coyote is insane power, but small bike. I'm gonna tell you what, man. I bought that Coyote sitting behind me because it was $300. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what the hell to do with that shit, but it is what it is. So I hope it doesn't fall over, but it's a wide ass motor, that's for sure. Like, this stand does not like this motor at all. But it's okay. It's gonna sit over in the corner. 387 for you guys that's been following the channel for 387. We did a bunch of work on it last week. We got the heads and all the valve training and everything set up. We just got to figure out a lower intake, upper intake scenario, and we should be good to go. I'm going to be doing a video on injectors. We haven't cleaned these injectors in like 3 years, so you guys are going to see how nasty this shit is. So, but this thing's ready to go down in the black car once I get it over. After the motor mounts get ready, I'm just going to pop it in there and I can pick at it as I go. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Wait, he texted me. Hold on. I'm in what? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and give away the Stiflers, and big shout to Hamden Motorsports is going to give away a $100 gift certificate. So how this works is you have to email me for the gift certificate. You could use it tonight or whatever, but I think you probably have to wait for tomorrow because Hanlon has to get to the shop to change it or whatever. But I'm going to go ahead and pick a winner here. Let's see how far up I got to scroll. What the hell? It is. Let me switch over. Let me make sure it's. Why is it lagging so much? All right. And the winner is. Oh, man. What the hell was that? Foxbody John. Okay. So congratulations. Oh, let me do that in the other screen because I can't tag them there. I have to actually go over to YouTube because StreamYard runs off of YouTube, so it's like its own separate thing. So let me come down here. Yep. Okay. So Foxbody John won the Stifler's banner. Make sure you email me, Foxbody John, Neomustangs at Hotmail. That is the. Oh, we're not doing the handling thing yet, guys. What up, boy?
Yo, what's going on?
So we're kind of coming towards the end of the stream real quick. If you want to give away $100 gift certificate, is that what you're doing?
Hell yeah, man.
What did Jeff say? I'm just anticipating. This guy. Carlos is over here trying to get a head start, man. You cheat like that at races. I'm just kidding.
Yo, you dropping that Coyote motor in that black car or what?
Stop it. This is a push rod channel, homie.
Come on.
Tell them, boys. Tell them.
Yo, let me tell you the real reason why he picked that up.
Here we go.
There it is.
There it is. Here we go.
Yo, let me tell you all the real reason why I got that. Oh man.
I'm just waiting to hear the you bullshit. You paid $300. I got the receipt. I showed you the receipt.
Yo, I told you, man, if you didn't go get that thing, I was on my way. Truck was running.
That was not staged whatsoever. That's why I did the Metal Gear alert thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, whoop! I was like, pretty sure that's a Coyote. It's got to be broken. So I was like looking all over the place to see if it got a rod knock or whatever. Like it was sent through the.
Yeah, you stole that, brother. That's like unheard of.
I can't get this thing to freaking fold correctly. I'm not gonna mess with it right now. Anyway, push rod life, baby. So
that's right. Yeah, I love push rods too.
Huh?
I like push rods too.
I hear you. Let's go. Does that work? I like this one better. Let's do this one. Which one look better?
Yeah. What up, Daniel Robinson?
What up, Dan Robinson? So, Foxbody John. Okay, so $100 gift certificate from Handler Motorsport is good for what?
Anything on the site.
Anything on the site. And you could put it towards a transmission. You could put it towards a shifter ball. You can do whatever you want.
Absolutely. And there's no expiry date either. So
no. So once he's got you in the system, I think you sent him a code, right?
Yeah. So winner emails Neo, and then he passes that over to me, and I just get the code generated and I email it over. So pretty easy.
Okay, cool. That'll work.
What do we got coming up this week?
We hang on a second. I'm trying to think what the videos I did. So
you're ordering that Team Z K member for a Coyote, and you're dropping it in the black car, right?
You're silly. Let me see if I can remove this and see if I can present something real quick. I should have just invited you in it. Like now, I kind of want to.
I know, man. I was on the couch watching football, and you're like, "Come join me.
Come join me." Where's my y'all? Was this my first one?
Woo. Woo!
This is my draggy from.
Oh, is this from base?
This is the first pass. I tried to come through in third.
30, 60.
Garrett? About 500 feet out. Yeah.
Fast as fuck, boy.
That was a good pass. Well, you seen the ticket. You seen what, or you seen the draggy.
Mm-hmm.
That's so wrong. Too bad I couldn't do that all night.
Mm. Yo, man.
500 ways to lose and only one way to win.
It's going to be deadly next year.
I hope. That's why I really consider the fact of just leaving the white car alone. Just leave the 363 in it and sell the 408 and get a 427 or whatever. I'd love to do a 427 aluminum block, but I heard that there's sleeve problems with those. You know, if I did anything with a 427, it would be still be like a cast iron block or something. I mean, I know I can do what I do with the Coyote stuff behind me, but you know, I'm push rod, son.
Push rod, son.
All right, so $100 gift certificate, hashtag Hanlon, and send it.
Oh my God. Let's do it.
We'll talk some stick shift shit.
Stick shift shit with my stick shift friends.
Stick shift shit with some stick shift friends, and I'll show you guys some more stuff that we did this past weekend while we bullshit for a second. Where are we at here?
Yeah, what's Daniel Robbins at? I'll run your car as soon as I get this damn front pump back in my trans. You need to put a manual on that thing and stop having all the problems.
What'd you say?
You need to put a manual on that thing and stop having problems.
So, okay, I do want to show this. This is my buddy Jeff McCool. Okay, if you guys don't follow or know who Jeff McCool is, he's been around the stick shift game for a long time. I want to show you. He came to this no prep this past weekend. It was his very first no prep, and one of the things I do want to talk about, and I'll shut up about it. No prep really is not what you think it is. You know, when you hear the words no prep, that just means that the track's not going to prep the track. What starts happening with the cars after their first round, the track actually drags the track. Excuse me, the track maintenance and staff actually drag the track and drag the glue off of it the best they can.
Mm-hmm.
And then they end up adding, you know, when we were putting pour your own puddle, PYOP, we're dragging this traction compound out. And usually after about 10 or 15 rounds of just random pairings, track comes around real good. So Jeff McCool actually brought his car and he made some hits there. And he was wonderfully surprised by the fact that he tried to make an NA pass and it just bugged because it was just sticky, you know. And so I did want to show him that pass. It was really cool. So big shout out to Jeff for coming out and hanging out with us.
Oh yeah.
You got a beautiful Coupe. Coyote.
Nice.
You know you could John Force it, right? You know? Yeah, he's got a Coyote on nitrous, like same thing I got behind me.
Oh yeah.
Actually, his is like a 3. I think this is a Gen 3. You know you could John Force it, right? You know? Yeah. Yeah.
Woo.
So that's how we do no prep. You can drag it out and then back up. It's fine. We don't really. It's fine. Jeff McCool, nitrous Coyote. He said I didn't expect it to be that good. I mean, it would stick. It's in the track. Look. Good run, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that thing's getting it.
Isn't it? And I know you don't want to see that shit because you wanted to be there.
I know.
Okay. That'd have been great. All right, let's go ahead and pick a winner.
All right.
Scroll on through.
Hold on. That thing sounded pretty nasty.
Didn't it?
Does he normally run with you guys?
What'd you say?
Does he run with you guys normally?
No. It was his first. Like what I've been telling the stick shift guys that I normally raced with like 3-pedal throwdown and stuff is like, naturally the no prep gets a bad, I guess because of the name.
Mm-hmm.
People are like, well, I don't want to wad my car up or crash it. And it's just like, that's not anything like it happens.
Right.
No prep gets a bad name for people that, think that's what happens. I mean, nothing. It's more of a controlled environment than you would think. And it's only 8th mile. So it's not terrible. You know what I mean?
Right.
And on back half stuff, when we're raced from the back of the track, all we're basically doing is simulating racing on a street.
Mm-hmm.
The same pavement that you drove in on. You know what I mean? So, I mean, back of the track's all asphalt. It's just normal street paved asphalt. And it's wonderful because it's in a controlled environment that has barriers, you know what I mean? And has a medical staff in case somebody gets hurt. So it's just fun. I mean, if you like street racing, you would like no prep, especially back half stuff. So,
dude, I can't wait for next year, man. I really hope this thing takes off, your series, and more people get interested coming out and giving it a try. I mean, I'm going to be out there, so I'll be the duck. I don't care.
Yeah.
Oh,
Come on, Donnie. I need a second gear synchros.
all right, let me pick someone here. Hang on.
Come on. All right. No peeking. Pimp won it. Where's he at?
Pimpovic? Yeah, my boy.
What did he say? Hashtag dude pick a winner already?
Yeah,
Stop.
I just did. Relax.
I mean, it's not Pimp. We'll just pick another one. I'm just kidding. Congratulations, Pimp. $100 gift card, bro. Hell to the yeah.
Just email Nemo. Nemo.
What?
Finding Nemo.
Did you watch that?
Finding Nemo. Yeah, man. Of course I did. I got 2 kids. Every Disney movie possible.
Yeah. Congrats. There you go. I always thought he was Canadian. I think he lives in Illinois because of his flag.
Mm.
But I think that represents something different. That's going towards my hydraulic setup. You're talking about the Malwood stuff? Yeah, big shout to her. Speaking of real quick, I want to talk about my email, right, Pim? Neomustangs at Hotmail. Let me go ahead and bring it up. And I did not get your email, foxbody John. Neomustangs at Hotmail. You said you sent the email already. Anyways, let's talk about Fox Days of Christmas real quick, and I'll let these guys go. So, guys, what we plan on doing here, and a lot of the Fox Days of Christmas, and a lot of what I do here on the channel, and the reason why I call Hanlon Motorsports my #1 sponsor is because he does a lot.
Wow, did he freeze? Damn Ohio internet. The Ohio internet. You back?
I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the video to catch up.
You should have heard me.
What did
I
you
said,
say?
damn Ohio internet. And I was like, the Ohio internet.
This guy joking and bullshitting. What is this? Asheville internet is charged by Dunk.
Gerbils, man.
Hey, man. Hey. They're pulling this big thing around. That's what they're doing. They got some Mario shit going on in the back.
Oh, man.
Anyways, what was I talking about? Fox Days of Christmas.
Yeah.
So, just like I say here on the internet, with Hanlon being, one of the top sponsors, he does a lot for me and a number of other, influencers and content creators you guys would be familiar with. And, he goes above and beyond as a business. And it's, it's being, especially the stick shift oriented style channel, it works out really well with
Change the carrots.
Stop it, Dave. No, I'm just kidding. So him giving these gift cards out, it's really wonderful. He's also helped me quite a bit with Fox Days of Christmas. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, we're gonna probably dedicate a whole live stream to that as well. We're gonna do Fox Days of Christmas again one more year at least. And I think I'm going to focus on kind of more substantial gifts than giving away 34 of them last year because my damn my YouTube my little bit of ramen noodles account got hit pretty hard with like a $900 shipping bill for all that shit. But I mean, it is what it is. It was $780, almost $800. It was crazy as shit. I was like, man, I'm just going to cover all the shipping, but I had like 35 gifts, and it was a big shout to like NPD and Stiflers and Ram and Malwood, Johnny B over at Anderson Ford. I mean, they just hooked it up. They just threw shit at me, and I'm like, oh man, I gotta ship this stuff. So, but Fox Days of Christmas, I'm not going to give away a gift certificate. I'm not going to give away something that's not tangible. It's going to be in front of me. I'm going to unwrap it. I'm going to, we're going to pick winners from the chat because I have a YouTube buddy that allows me to randomly generate a box number, and then that person will win. And then they have 48 hours to claim the prize, or it goes into the next week at live stream. So we had a couple of those last year. But we're going to be giving away. Most likely, we're going to be shooting for a camshaft from Anderson, whether we got to buy it or whatever. That would be really nice. An N41 if we can get one. Probably see if maybe Malwood would want to do another hydraulic clutch pedal assembly. That's like an $800 item. Probably hit up. I don't know who else we hit. We got a clutch. We could do a clutch from Ram, maybe an HDX. Even if we got
that, or I would say I want to get Ram involved again. Maybe get McLeod involved again,
or McLeod involved for sure, or at least Krista, and see if maybe McLeod would be interested in maybe a flywheel.
Yeah,
at least.
What about Team Z? Maybe a K member.
I don't even know, man. Team Z would be an anti-roll bar. Yeah, I would ask for an anti-roll bar for that.
Anti-roll bar, man. K member. Let's do a K member. Come on, man. We get MAF Racing.
All the K are mine.
Yeah, there you go.
Let me tell you what, guys. If you haven't bought a K member for your Fox body yet, this thing weighs 19 pounds. Just so you know.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, let's do one of them.
It weighs 19 pounds, and a factory K member weighs like 88. So if you're trying to do a weight savings in the front of your car, that's the big ticket right there.
There you go. Viking to do shocks. Okay.
I don't know if Viking will do shocks. Viking just barely gave us dealer discount on their stuff. I mean, we had some good sponsors here on the channel. Team Z being probably the biggest, along with Tremec. But McLeod is a pretty big sponsor. So I'm pretty sure that on top of Hanlon, I think there would be some good prizes. I mean, I think we could probably squeeze out at least an anti-roll bar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't ask for the K members. They probably sell so damn often. You know what I mean? I could probably reach out to AGE and definitely get a K member. AGE would love to do business with us here on the channel, but being it's Fox Days of Christmas and it's for other customers, then I'm pretty sure that they would. I'll reach out to him and see if maybe he Neo, it's Mike. Okay, so this is I am forwarding you imps right now. You hear me?
Huh? Yeah. Sorry, I'm just reading some of the comments myself.
That's all right. I'm trying to catch up as well. It is what it is, baby. So we get it, boy. You, bro, that's 19 pounds, bro. Come on, Miguel. I need a TKX in the future. Well, he's got a little thing going on this week, this month.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Black Friday, Cyber Mondays are coming up.
Push rod internet.
Never know.
Is he calling it push rod internet?
Who's a yes? Slow.
What?
Sleepy.
So I probably would see if Team Z would hit us up with either a K member or a anti-roll bar.
Yeah, that or control arms, rear control arms or something.
Yes.
Yeah, endless opportunities for that.
They would do an upper lower set probably.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with any of that. I mean, upper control arms, lower control arms, anti-roll bar, a K member, any of those would be awesome.
Stiflers would 100% do something.
Right.
So we probably could do a loop and a cross member or K member. Or, you know, I'm pretty sure Tom would hook us up whether we had to buy it or not. Most of this stuff most likely will get donated anyways. Because they, you know, this is the year 3, so they know I'm not screwing around with this stuff. You know what I mean? So
yeah, Brian and Tom are from Stiflers are great people.
It's just wonderful people to work with. Yeah. Hey, they got Motor City Fox Fest date. I want to talk about that now because it's like 8 months away, boys. We do have schedules coming up next year. I'm going to release a schedule of all the races I'm going to go to. I will be going to NMRAs, probably in Florida, Norwalk, and in Bowling Green once again. Most likely, definitely going to Ford Takeover as we're going to be running some shootout stuff. But one of the main events that I'm going to go to that you should consider going to if you have a Fox body and or a Ford from 79 to 04. So this includes your Terminator guys. I mean, if you guys are listening and reading this shit, Motor City Fox Fest, look it up because Fox bodies range from 79 to 04. So look it up. Mark it on your calendar. It's at Ford headquarters, so it's on the property, bro. So for real,
we're doing that again next year.
Oh, 100%. Me and Dan Watts Racing will be there with Tremec. 100%. Lots of content there. A lot of content creators. Read my comment below. I'm trying to save you money. What did he say? I didn't see it. I looked for it.
Yeah, I didn't see it either.
Do you want me to email you or Andrew? Is that what you're asking? Because it's going to go through Andrew. He's going to ship it. Is that what? Because the only other comment I see is, dude, pick a minute winner. That's awesome. So I get it at this event at, I get to see, and actually meet Super Dave, which would be really cool because Super Dave has been one of the biggest contributors, with us here on live stream. And I talk about him quite often, along with Nathan Tuck, Lamar here on the channel, there's just people that are constantly active in live chat, and it's always wonderful. Get a chance to meet subscribers, because I'm gonna spend the whole weekend there, and we'll probably do a little bit of Woodward cruising too with one of the Fox bodies. Most likely it'll probably be the black car in a 387.
Nice.
I really like my Tremec things on my black car. I kind of miss it, Tremec stickers or whatever. But so Motor City Fox Fest. I think Claire Stewart Racing, Stiflers is a big, Ford Performance is a big promoter of that. I think that's there's so much room in Ford's parking lot that we have enough room because it's literally right there at Ford's headquarters. You see the building right there,
right?
And there wouldn't be enough cars to fill it, and so it'd be really awesome to have more people at that and get a chance to. It'd probably be one of the only events that I actually get a chance to actually sit down and just chill and sell some merch, see some people, shake some hands, make some high fives, have some good laughs, just chill, not worry about shootouts or racing all the time. You know what I mean? So definitely going to be going to that for sure, 100%. And Ford Takeover as well too, because there's going to be days where I don't have to worry about it, but I'm going to be probably helping Caleb make sure that event, takes off and does well. I still didn't get your email. Did you send it? I don't think you're. That's the email again, John. Make sure it's the right one, please. What month is that? It is, what is the date? Is it 2021? No, it's July. Ah, shit. Hang on.
Which one? Motor City?
Motor City Fox Fest. Let me see if I can find it.
I think it's July
Yeah, it's right here.
14th. Oh. I know Ford Takeover is June 21st, 22nd.
Yeah, July. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday now. So it's a 4-day event, 11th through the 14th of July.
Okay. Yeah, I was right. I was going to say 14.
The weekend after, hopefully that's not one of my no prep races, but
Kiss the people and shake it, babies.
What do you say?
Dave. Super Dave. Kiss the people and shake babies.
I love the reference, bro. I was what's his name for? Yeah. Where's that at? I'm trying to find it. Oh shit. Did I send that to you? Did I send that to you in Facebook or text message?
What?
If you're not first, you're last. Talladega Nights with yeah.
You ain't
there you go.
last, Bubba. Notch Fox. I'll have rebuild kits on sale for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. There'll also be bearing retainer and cluster support too. Just a little FYI.
I got you, John. So that's the banner right there. I'll send it to you in Florida. Cool. I got you on the email. Yeah, I got some settings set up on this pimp. So yeah, so right off the jump, I'm guessing Malwood clutch pedal assembly. Maybe that's like a $700 item. Either a K-member or anti-roll bar or both, or LCAs from Team Z. You know, a ram clutch. Gee, we could a camshaft. What's some other cool shit that we can give away? That we can.
Oh man, I mean, even though they're small ticket items, I kind of like the like your, the weather stripping and all that kind of stuff, because that stuff's like useful, restoration stuff.
I get the useful thing. It's just it's a logistical nightmare. Like to try to collaborate with 35 people and make sure that everybody got their Christmas gifts. You know what I mean? I would rather just trim it down to like 10 or 12, maybe a dozen. You know what I mean? No certificates. I'll have them right here in the shop. I'll be shipping them from here. They'll be able to physically see it in my hand. You know what I mean? I'm pretty big on that. So,
right.
But Fox Days of Christmas are coming, guys. If you don't know the format, we actually go check out some of my videos back in December 2022 and 2021. I'm not sure if Brutal's going to be doing it again, but I would assume he might be doing something like it. I don't want to put him on the spot because I don't know. So, but I did do Fox Days of Christmas with him. We just kind of did this same scenario, same things in a different way in 2021, 2022, and I thought it was really, overwhelmingly exceptional. So,
right.
But again, I'm going to leave you guys with the stick shift final from this past weekend. Maybe. My internet go back out?
No, you're in.
This is Tyler Garlock. This is John Kinter. John Kinter is a naturally aspirated 347. Been racing for many, many years. No nitrous, no turbo. All over. 347 aftermarket box. 13-1 compression. So this was for a T56 Magnum, accrued from points throughout the year. Tyler Garlock's car is a 392 Hemi SN95 with a big turbo. If Tyler loses this race, he has to run Cody for the all-out win. But if Tyler wins, he took the transmission by 1 point. This is the type of shit we're talking about right here, guys. 200. Damn, it's moving, isn't it? It was close. That was so. NA, baby. Naturally aspirated, son.
My people, NA.
So I wanted to show you guys that. Big shout, again, the D team and Stripper Glitter for letting me do a point series this year, but it ended on the last race. The transmission was decided that night. So, yeah, had a great time doing it. You know, it's kind of nice to be able to take a few months off and start. You know, we are going to be doing a shootout at Ford Takeover, and we're most likely will be doing, the point series again. I hear tale that we're gonna try to see if we can get McLeod involved with the clutch certificate maybe next year. I got a couple of friends of mine that have possibility of getting some like slick tires and stuff that's useful for drag racing for the giveaway. So my point series, you know, I'm not going to leave it on the promoter to try to promote stuff for my class. I'm going to go out there and use my influence that I have right here on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and do what I can do for my class and get shit for people. And
hell yeah.
Just so you guys know, I was in the middle of that points race mix. I wasn't far off from winning it all. Couple things would have went my way. I would have been at the top of the list, but I made it very clear that I could not win that transmission because it was a collaboration with Tremec. And same thing we did at Ford Takeover. Even though I won Ford Takeover, I gave the transmission to Jacob Lamb, and I just felt that was the right thing to do. And at the beginning of the season, I disqualified myself from winning the T56 if I was the points leader at the end. So it is what it is. That's just the type of person I am, guys. So I appreciate it. So to some people, it's the respect is worth more than the money and the.
Yeah, I just thought of another good one for Fox Days. I was sitting here thinking, I'm like, man, what would be useful? What about an old school like OG Pro 50 shifter?
We could do that. We could do whatever we want, dude. We can do whatever we want. I mean, if you want to. Yeah, we can do whatever we want.
All right.
So we'll come up with a nice list. I got a Mike Lane. I've got a 90 Fox body. Everything seems to be working. I'm getting fire and fuel pump it working and getting it to the rail, but the injector isn't pulsing. Any idea? Are you sure it's grounded? Make sure the harness is grounded. Also, it's not uncommon that a computer's injector driver goes bad, but that can be fixed. If you guys got computer issues, ECU Exchange, tell them I sent you. They'll take care of you. ECU Exchange. They can. So can't Matt at Fox Resto. They can fix 98% of the ECUs out there because they have Rotunda machines. They have machines that they can actually plug your computer in after they fix it and make sure everything pulses and works. And then they send it back to you.
Or you could put a Coyote motor in that 4 control pack in it. There it is.
There it is. Anyways, homie, I appreciate it.
I'm out, guys.
All right. So, guys, this week we got a, it's about time that we start evolving the channel a little bit with the tuning. So we're going to be talking about that in one of our videos. We're going to be talking about, what other video do I have? Oh, we did some shit with the Coyote already that I didn't even tell you about. We got a video with that. We also have the no prep video from this past weekend. I really kind of want to make a big deal about it. I wanted to make kind of one video towards the end and one at the beginning, but I didn't get that done. So we did have a really good time this past weekend, and it's kind of more of a vlog style video. I want you guys to enjoy it. There was a lot of laughs and a lot of cool shit in that video. So we got 3 videos coming up this week so we can get them out, because videos have an expiration date, and that's what sucks. I do have a video that I'm going to put out that I promised from a while ago. There's a Lucky's video that I did with Lucky's Racing. Matter of fact, Zach's here still, probably here in chat, but we did do a no prep it was just a long video and it was hard for me to edit because there was so much shit going on. So I am going to do that one in the winter, kind of like a teaser for the spring or whatever. But guys, I mean, this is what we do. I got a lot of work to do on this car. I got a lot of content coming up. I got a Coyote motor over there. I got a 387 that needs to go in my street car. Got some cool shit coming up on the channel. I appreciate everybody for coming into the channel tonight and talking some shit with some Fox Body friends. We were talking about some car audio shit earlier, man. Would you listen to that? That was good stuff. That was wonderful. Like, it's just wonderful to watch the chat just like blow up. As soon as they were like JL Audio, Ken.
Yeah, I saw that, man. There were some OGs in there.
I'm with some good ass people right now, boy. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, I'm always preaching on the channel. Get your shit off your jack stands. Stay motivated. You'll see in my one video that I was not motivated to do what I was doing to the white car, but I had to do it to be competitive and to be honest with you, sometimes you got to go backwards to go forward.
Yeah.
It's just the way life is. So, and we're going to figure that out with you guys right here on the channel. But if you guys enjoy this sort of content, check out the join button below. Exclusive content to the channel. All the guys you see here in green, Nathan Tuck being one of them, one of the longest members on the channel at the highest tier, along with a big shout out to my man Super Dave as well for being here on the channel for a long time. And members get to do messages like this. Pim, congratulations, Pim. Check out the join button below. It gets in all, all the stuff that happens and all the monetization that happens on not only Facebook, but here on YouTube stays in here and helps me to do things on the channel. That's cool. Like buying $300 Coyote motors. But so, yeah, we got some stuff coming up this week. Be patient with me. We do have a lot of work to do this winter, a lot of work to do. And you're going to be seeing probably less flashy videos and more worky videos that are just going to be like, I'm going to probably bore you to death, man.
Hey, man, get your shit off the jack stands. Get hustling.
Side note, very aware possibly that we may end up interrupting our normal schedule and heading out to Delaware this weekend, but I'm just going to give you guys the idea that might happen. And that's all I'm going to talk about right now. So, and that's with this dude right here next to me. So we'll see. Anyways, Hanlon Motorsports. He's got a code. He's got some shit. You got what? Neo 200 off. Is that still active?
It's not actually, to be honest, because we're getting ready for Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
So you got some big shit coming up on the channel.
I do.
So we're going to make sure that everybody knows.
Yes.
So be ready to spend some transmission money with Hanlon. You're going to save you some money this month.
Just the season, ladies. Let's go.
The season. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. We've been over 2 hours. I appreciate you coming in here real quick, Andrew.
Hell yeah, man. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys. I'll see you soon this week in the videos. Thanks for watching. Hell yeah.